Hey, taking a look at the help video here for mastery practice. Today we are setting up slope and y-intercept form from a graph. So we're going to write the slope-intercept form equations. So we're going to focus on first finding where the linear equation crosses the y-axis. So if you want to take a look at question 2 already, you can start looking at where does that line cut across the coordinate plane. Next, you're going to find 2 points on that line that pass through the XY axis where you can read and understand them. And then you're going to make a ratio out of those. Then you write the equation. All right, so I'm just going to click true. We read through it. All right, so go to question 2. We have a line that is cutting through the XY coordinate plane, and it cuts through the Y axis at what value? What is the y-intercept where the line is crossing? It's going to be at -3. So first we find out where is that line starting in regards to the y-axis, and then we look at how is it changing. The slope is how it's changing, and from the lesson we look at rise over run. We're going to make the ratio, and we go from point to point, and it looks like it goes up 3, and then it goes over 4. +3 up and +4 to the right. So the rise is 3 and the run is 4. And we cannot simplify that. The ratio becomes our factor. So just go ahead and type in 3/4. So now you have the two things that you need to write the equation. So I'm going to close this out. So the line started at -3 and it's changing by a factor of 3/4. So we put it into slope-intercept form. Y equals, here's the form, and instead of typing m, we're going to put in 3/4, and instead of typing plus b, we're going to put in -3. 3/4 x minus 3. So looking at the next one, first we need to find where is the line starting out at in regards to y. So you zoom in, and our line is cutting across the graph, and it's hitting between 0 and 10. So what's halfway between 0 and 10? That's going to be 5. So our y-intercept, the line is starting at 5 in regards to y. And now we look, how is it changing? From point to point, we're going to identify it's going down 30, and then it's going over 2. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It goes down 30 and over 2. So the rise is actually -30, and the run is +2. What's 30 divided by 2? And a negative divided by positive. So this line, it starts at +5, but then it is going down very fast by a factor of -15. So now we take that, put it into the equation. Y equals, the multiplicative factor is -15, x, and it's starting out at +5. Okay, looking at the next one, we're going to look first, see where is this line starting out at. This line is starting on y at the value of 4, and now that we're looking at 4, we're going to move up to 6, and we identify how much did we go up from 4 to 6? 2. And then we're going to look at where we go from 0 to the right. We go to the right 4 units. So the rise is up 2, and the run is +4. And this simplifies to 1/2. So the line starts at 4 and it changes by a factor, a multiplicative factor of 1/2. So y equals 1/2 x plus 4. That equation format has both things in there. It has the multiplicative factor and it has the additive constant that is in the graph. We look at where the line is hitting the y-axis, and this one is hitting the y-axis at 0. And then after we find where it's hitting the y-axis, we look at how is it changing. It's going down and then to the right. It's going down 6 and positive 2. Negative 3. 6 divided by this line means division, and the ratio is the rise over the run as a division. 6 over 2 is 3, negative divided by positive. This line is changing by a multiplicative factor of negative 3. Y equals negative 3x plus 0, or I programmed both these in there, y equals negative 3x. So whichever one you want to type in, both would be correct. All right. Next one, number 6. We should be getting into the practice here. We need to find the y-intercept. Where is the line starting in regards to y? Negative 7. And now after we found where the line is starting in regards to y, now we look at how is it changing. And it looks like it's going up 6 and it's going over 2. It's going up and over to the right. So the rise is positive 6 and it runs to the right, positive 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3 over 1, which is 3. So the line started at negative 7 and it's changing as it moves across the graph by a multiplicative factor of 3. So y equals 3x minus 7. All right, check your answers for number 7. So number 7, we're going to look at where is this line starting. The line cuts through 5 on the y-axis, so that's our starting reference point. Instead of going up and over, because the graph runs out, we can go down and left. So the rise is negative. We go down 5, and the run is also negative. And we go left. So the line is going up, so we know that the slope is positive. But to find it, we go negative 5, which is a positive slope of 1. So you can write over here y equals the factor of 1 for the slope plus 5. This is correct. But if you want to just take the 1 out of there, because 1 times x is x, this is also correct. So you pick one to type in there, and I programmed both in there as an answer choice. Answers. Check in the next one. First thing, we start at negative 4. So the the y-intercept is negative 4. And then we go down and over. So we go down 1, 2. And then we go over to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is simplified. That is our multiplicative factor. So y equals negative 2/5x. Don't forget to put the x. And then the minus 4. All right, almost there. So starting, we just had a healthy conversation. I'm recording and you're clickety clacking. We had a healthy conversation as what is halfway between 4 and 8? What magical number is it? 6. So right here, you're going to type in the number 6. Your favorite number from the problem number 2 or 3 finally showed up. 6. Now we look at how is this line changing? It's going down 2, and it's going over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the rise is -2, and then the run is +6. So it goes down 2 over 6. And what is that as a factor? -1/3. All right, so now we put that information in our slope-intercept. We started out at 6, and then it went down to over 6, but that's down 1 over 3 as a simplified fraction. Now we type that the multiplicative factor 1/3 x, that's what's happening to the x, and we started out at +6. All right, last one. You should be getting to the point where, as the kids say, I understand this. So the y-intercept is -5, and we start with our y point, and then we go up and over. And I believe that is up 5 and over 6. Up 5. The rise is up 5, and the over is +6. So that is our slope factor. So we have -5. The slope is up 5 over 6, and then y equals 5, 6x minus 5.